cosmos is all that is, or ever was, or ever will be.
The cosmos is yours.
Our next guest knows more about science than any of us will ever know in our entire lifetimes. Please welcome a man we all wish we had as a high school science teacher, the host of the new Fox series Cosmos: The Space-Time Odyssey, Neil deGrasse Tyson. As if we didn't know, your new series Cosmos premieres Sunday on Fox.
Yeah, definitely.
That's exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. It's been a long time in the making.
How's it
14 billion years in the making.
How's it going to pick up where the 1980s version left off, though?
Well, that was 34 years ago, a whole generation.
Yeah.
And so a lot has happened in the universe since then, or a lot has happened to our knowledge of what is going on in the universe. There's 1,000 planets now discovered orbiting other stars. We noticed that the expanding universe is accelerating. There's a new branch of the tree of life called extremophiles that thrive in pools of acid and high radiation and high temperature, things that would kill us. We have rovers on the planets. So there's a lot. And the Hubble telescope got launched. So, but that's not even...
It?
Okay, there was all... So, no, there's a lot there to draw from, but the soul of Cosmos is not just, here's a page ripped from a textbook, and here's the latest discoveries. Then it would just be another documentary. Cosmos, and I think what distinguishes it, is the way in which we contextualize the discoveries and the knowledge, so that you end up mattering in that storytelling. So there's a thread through all of these scientific revelations, and that thread weaves a tapestry, and by the end of an episode, you are in the middle of that tapestry, and you will understand why science matters and why you matter to it.
Cool.
I just want to listen to you talk the whole hour of the show.
I can name one thing that hasn't happened since 1980.
What's that?
The Knicks have not won another championship.
You know, I was a Knicks fan back, you know, in the day.
I want to ask you about this because I heard this story before, and it was incredible that back when they were winning championships,
In the day, Walt Frazier, Willis Reed,
that
Dave
you
DeBusschere.
had a kick supplier. You were getting.
A friend of mine in high school was ball boy for the Knicks.
Okay.
And I didn't know until one day he came home with a pair of Walt Frazier sneakers that Walt Frazier had the same shoe size as I did. Wow. And he was putting cotton in the front of the shoe. It fit me. And Walt Frazier had a sneaker contract with Puma. All right, Clyde Puma.
Yeah.
Clyde Puma. So I said, give me some of that. So he brought home sneakers from Walt Frazier, and I was outfitted in Walt Frazier sneakers for my entire senior year.
That's incredible.
That's an incredible story.
Did you ever get the leopard shoes that he wears now? Because those are crazy.
Nor the fur coat. No, no. I had to stop somewhere. Right.
So how did playing basketball on the courts in the Bronx prepare you for what came next?
No, I was, you know, a regular. I didn't have any special basketball talent. It was regular Bronx talent. Okay. And and I didn't know.
Are you being modest?
No, regular. So I can quantify this answer. Okay.
Of course you can.
When you're choosing sides, you know, you get the two best guys, and they choose teams, 5 against 5. In what number are you picked among the remaining 8 people? That's the measure of this.
Right.
Are you picked first or you picked last? I was picked like 3rd or 4th.
Okay.
A little bit above midway, not the bottom, but definitely not the top. So I'm regular Bronx talent. And one year, we spent a year in Massachusetts, and I played in the basketball court, and someone went to take a shot, and I went to block it, and I blocked the shot with my elbow. And I realized, okay, I'm in another, this is like, Bronx talent is greater than other talent out there. Because I'm ready to swat the ball, and my hand was not in the right place, but my elbow was. So this just freaked me out. And I said, let me just go back to the Bronx.
You were in a different atmosphere.
Neil, I have to ask, you were one of the people you helped seal Pluto's demotion to a dwarf planet several years back. A lot of people were upset about that.
Sounds like you were, too.
I was a little bit.
A little bit.
I agree with Meta World Peace, who was very upset. And this is what he said. We have a quote here. I'm going to try to give it a dramatic reading. Okay. Pluto's not even a planet no more, which I'm very disturbed about. I grew up when Pluto was a planet. Now, I'm 25. I turn around. Pluto's no longer a planet. I'm gonna elbow that guy in the nose. I love Pluto. Everybody loves Pluto. We gotta see if we can get Pluto back.
Okay, so anyone who speaks that way does not doesn't have all the facts.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Pluto. Do you know there are 6 moons in the solar system bigger than Pluto? Do you know? Our moon is bigger than Pluto. It has 5 times the mass of Pluto. Our moon. Pluto is more than half ice by volume, which means if you brought Pluto to where Earth is right now, heat from the sun would evaporate the ice and it would grow a tail. And that's a tail. That's no kind of behavior. Just imagine a planet. Planets don't have tails.
A Pluto tail?
A Pluto tail.
Right.
So yeah, Pluto tail. And Pluto's orbit is elongated relative to the other planets, so it crosses the orbit of Neptune. That is not the behavior of a red-blooded planet. So we said, it's time, Pluto, to reassign you to this newly discovered swath of real estate of other icy bodies that are small in the outer solar system that have cockamamie orbits. It's called the Kuiper Belt of Comets, and I think Pluto's happier there.
Are you accusing Meta World Peace of not having his facts straight?
No, I'm accusing him of not having any facts at all, whether or not they be straight.
You are not the first.
Not Meta Galaxy Peace, is it? Meta World Peace. What would be the best sport to play in zero gravity?
Ooh.
What do you think, Mr. Science Man?
Ooh.
How about this? Could I?
It's zero G. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Could I play tennis on the moon? I'm a tennis player. I love tennis.
Yeah, you can play tennis on the moon, but the moon is not zero G, but you can play tennis, but the court would have to be way larger because your peak shot probably goes, what, 130 miles an hour?
There we go. I like that.
Okay, good. All right. So if you hit it, normally you expect it to sort of drop at a certain rate. At that speed, the ball just keeps going. It'll go 3 or 4 lengths of the tennis court before it falls.
So a baseball home run here, 400 feet, at the moon.
Oh, yeah, you have to do the math on that. It would go 1,000 feet easy.
1,000 feet.
Yeah. So fields would be way larger.
It'd be exhausting.
But there'd be no curveballs.
Oh.
Because the curve.
You need the air for the pressure to be different on one side of the ball and the other, because that's why they spin the ball.
So every
if you
catcher
spin the ball this way, the air has a different speed against the ball's skin than on one side than it does on the other, and that presses the ball in one direction or another, curving to the left or to the right. No curveballs on the moon.
Why isn't this how science teachers teach us science in high school?
No
When I'm paying
Watch
attention.
this on Sunday. Can you just come round and explain it to me as we're just going through the
I haven't
program?
fallen asleep once like I did in my high school science class.
You know, when you watch sports, you watch it a little bit differently than most people, I imagine.
I see it a little differently.
Like when you're watching a basketball game, well, how do you see it differently than an ordinary civilian?
Well, I try to find out if the bank shot is kind of the wimp shot, right? You want to go straight to the rim, all net. But a bank shot actually broadens your cone of success to make the shot. Yeah.
Cone of success.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
But you feel that, right?
Yeah.
It's what is the angle, the different angles that will still end up scoring. That's why the layup is so. But no one, when you're that close, you dunk, right? But you've
That's
lost.
what I do.
You've lost the art of the layup. So, but I also like watching the ball bounce. You can sort of spin the ball on a pass. On a bounce pass, I like it when they're not looking where they're passing and they know where everybody is. That's good.
What about the alley-oop?
The alley-oop is good. That is a total calculation of gravity and trajectory, and Isaac Newton is in on this as well. So alley-oop is a brilliant exercise in the display of Newtonian laws of physics.
Wow.
Fascinating.
But my favorite is football, where do you know that if you kick a 50-yard field goal in a north-south stadium, that the ball will deflect a quarter of an inch to the right because of the rotation of the Earth.
And on that thought, we're going to
Dipko
take
always
a break,
says that.
everybody. Wow. Katie and Costa take on Neil in the first ever 2 versus 1 matchup. They're going to need to be 2 versus 1. In crowd